Hi, it's Kathy from Raven Vintage. Welcome back to my craft room. Come on in. I was just admiring our checklist from 100 ways to use scraps, and it is so satisfying to see all of those checked off. We only have 2 left in our collage section and master boards. So today we're going to do number 59, the collage journal panel. And then we're going to move on to tags. So that's exciting, very exciting. Okay, so when I said panel, not to be confused with the panels we did the other day, like this type of panel or this type of panel. When I say panel, I mean something that we can create and then slap it into the journal and it fills the whole page. So that this is another type of panel, not a narrow panel. This is like a full page panel. I guess that would be the way to describe it. The other thing these can double as is a journal topper, but I didn't want to say journal topper because I don't want to intimidate you, but because journal covers are sometimes, you know, very daunting for us. Like we really hesitate on those. But if we can create these pieces, panels that, you know, we can play and experiment and do the things, and we can mass make these, and then later on when you're doing a journal and you're like, oh, I wonder what I'm going to do on this page. Oh, I know, I'm just going to slap one of these in there and it's going to fill the whole page. So it can double as this, or like I said, the journal cover. And you'll notice that I have left a margin all the way around. My journal is 8.5 tall by 5.5 wide. So if I wanted to leave a 1/2 inch margin here and a 1/2 inch margin down here, a 1/2 plus a 1/2 is 1. So take away 1 inch from my height and 1 inch from my width. So my 8.5 by 5.5 now becomes 7.5 by 4.5. That's what these measure. Okay, if that helps, just a quick way to get a bunch of panels made up ahead of time. Just do that quickly. Now, I'd like to take a different approach today. So I thought, let's start with our focal point. We know what our focal point is going to be. So if I know that I want this beautiful raven to be my focal point here, I want to collage around, so I know what's going to be seen or important here, all the way around my focal point. So what I did was I grabbed this piece of ephemera. It's just 20-pound copy paper from a printable. So this was an ephemera page, or it could also be used as a journal page in the Heaven's Cottage kit. So what I did was I tore strips off, like this background that I used for this ephemera page. I tore strips of that off because I already know it's going to coordinate with this piece, and I'm going to use those as part of my collage. And then I also have some neutral tea-dyed paper. So I have strips of that. I'll just show you here. And then for a pop of color, I have this piece here. So I thought these 3 together were a nice color combination for a soft, kind of neutral background collage that's going to let this pop. And then later I might want to frame this out a little bit, or I might even want to fussy cut him. I'm not sure yet, we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm starting with. So these pieces I also have out, just in case. I have this blue, which is a nice match as well with the dark scripts, and I thought, well, that looks nice there. So I might border this before I put it onto my collage. This is from Swan Lake, and then I also have out other pieces. I think this is Swan Lake, this is Swan Lake, that's Heaven's Cottage. But yeah, Swan Lake this is printed on tracing paper. You can see it has an oops. But this is printed from my Swan Lake kit. That's the kit that propelled me in the Etsy world. That's the kit that made me, that I attribute my success for the longest time. And I'll have to check. It might still be my bestseller ever, Swan Lake. But definitely definitely helped me build my Etsy shop business. And then I have some of my quotes and then some more ephemera. I might use some of these pieces here to collage with later on for, that's from Heaven's Cottage. So I'm using Heaven's Cottage and Swan Lake and some tea-dyed papers. So let's go. Let's do a really quick collage here. And let's use that as the back. So I'm just going to do some ripping, larger pieces mostly. So I woke up to a dusting of snow this morning, and I have to say it was really depressing. And it's just so, I'm just so over this winter. This time of year in Canada, we joke about, you wear 5 layers because who knows what the afternoon's going to bring. Like you just don't know what's going to happen with the weather. So it could, we could be sitting outside with no jacket on in the afternoon, but this morning it's, a little bit chilly and snow on the ground. So, just like, come on, enough already. Enough already. What a bummer. But the sun came out, and I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm going to film now. The sun is out. And then I sat down to film and got all prepped and ready for today's video. And now the sun is going to go on. I can't win. I just can't win this time of year. It's just brutal. So my friend Tracy in Alberta, I hope the lighting's okay, because I started out filming all set to go and it was bright enough, so I didn't adjust the video settings today. I thought I didn't need it. But it might change. Okay, so this part I'm not concerned about because I know it's going to be covered, maybe not down here, but by this for the most part. So let me fill that in a little bit, but I do want to fill it in just so that we don't see a dip here. I do want to keep the same levels or layers. There we go. But really in here I don't care so much what's back there, so let's just go quick. I think too, I was saying earlier that we get intimidated by doing our covers. Some people start with the cover and that predicts what they're going to put inside their journal. They use the journal cover as the inspiration. Now I understand, and I do that sometimes too, because I might find, for example, a needlework piece or something when I'm thrifting, and that's not attached to anything or a pillow or anything like that. Just somebody was working on it and it's just a loose piece of needlework, and it's beautiful, and I think, oh, that would be a beautiful journal cover. So from there I would decide what kit or printables I would use, or what ephemera or lace I would use based on the colors of the needlework. Or sometimes you have a kit, so then you're using like a theme. So like, let's say you were using the Anna theme to do a spring journal with nature and, the little creatures and all the things. So quite often in a kit, there'll be something that you just really love and you're drawn to, and you want that to be your focal point on your journal cover. So practicing with these panels is a great way to kind of gain some confidence in making journal covers. It's about using some of those principles. I'll link that video again about the design principles, And it really, see, even just inking that really helped. Let me go a little extra on the inking just to see. Plain blank space. So I'm just going to age this a bit. So I'm going to do a few little crooks and cracks here with the aging. Oh, that happened to be right up his nose. I didn't really mean that. So a little bit of aging like this. And then we will do some intentional tears and fold downs like that. Micro tears, I call them. Oh, you know what else I have that I was excited to get this, and then I always forget I have it. It's, I think it's Tim Holtz. Yes, it's a Tim Holtz. It's like just a little paper rougher upper. What do you call it? Distresser. Think of the right word. Okay, so let's just try this on a folded bit. What happens? Ooh, I like that. I like that. I do. In the middle of yonder, just adding some, and then I'll ink it. Oh, that's cool. Okay, and then just we'll kind of roll it back. Just all natural, and then do some inking with those edges that we just roughed up or distressed. Now we'll add some ink to the bits that we distressed. There. And here. I like it. Okay. Oh, it looks like he's got a stick in his mouth, and that was not intended. Okay, so I like that, and then I thought maybe it might look good if he had some sort of a, this is what I was thinking, or is that too bright? Like a little border all the way around him just to lift that. I kind of like that, but let's maybe ink the edge and see what, if that makes a difference. So see, just this little bit of collage, it just adds a little, so a great way to use up your scraps. Okay, let's just ignore this business over here. Do we want this border? I kind of like it, but I also like it without, just on its own. I know, I think I like it without. So we're scrapping that plan. What about just with tea dye paper? What about this business here? You know what? I don't think it needs it. I don't think it does. I'm just going to put it on as is. I'll line that up by eye a bit. I like that. Okay, and then let's see here. These, I love this one, Unbothered. Right on the middle down here. Get my fingers out of the way. Or do I like it here? I kind of like it here because see how he's kind of off center and then his tip of his feathers go right over to the corner. So let's just go across. I love that, Unbothered. One of my favorites. Okay, these are with these little sentiments come with the paper people. Unbothered. Okay. Put that here. Okay, so immediately a great journal cover. I like that very much. Or as a page. Yep, I like it. Okay, let's get you in the book. So just remember to use your leftover small bits, especially your neutrals, to do a collaged frame for your panels, knowing that you have another, we're working backwards this time with our focal point first. So it would also work with this gal here because the colors I know work. Just see what this looks like. Quick. So she would also look really cute with this kind of colored background with her little kitty. How cute is she? So that would also work. So keep that in mind when you have a kit, a printable. And this, you might even find this just on a magazine page or a book page or something too. But if there's like an ephemera page and then a background has been used from that kit, there's obviously some of that color palette planning going on. So you know that that's going to go well. See here, just a little bit of it. It's going to go well in your, to match your focal point, whatever you decided to use. So if I were to do her and use the background, you know it's going to match. Okay, well, let's get this in our book. I think I might give this a little extra just because it's thicker and it might lift. Okay, one more day of collage after this, and then we move on to tags. There you go, birdie birdie. And that is 59, our collage panel. I love it. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me in my craft room. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.